Hi, Julie here from Copy What I Use for Revision, and in today's GCSE revision tip and tricks for parents, I'm going to actually cover 3 revision tips and tricks that actually start with the letter A, because I thought that'll be a bit of fun. We'll keep it to the same letter today. Okay, so the first one I'm going to cover is anagrams, which I've got to be honest isn't one I've really thought about much till my daughter mentioned the other day that her psychology teacher actually uses anagrams as a fun way of learning facts. So we'll have a bit of fun with today's video, and I'll actually give you some questions and some anagram examples that you could actually play along with them with your children. I mean, you could actually go out in the car, you could do it at home, you can do it anywhere really with an anagram, but it just makes learning with your children a little bit more fun. Okay, so I've just written some on this pad here. Okay, so it's a little bit of fun for you now. So the first question, I don't know if you can see that, I'll read it out, is give an example of a major threat to biodiversity. Okay, so if I tell you that the letters are ILL, NOO, PTU, okay, so that is ILL, NOO, PTU, and that's an anagram for something that's an example of a major threat to biodiversity. Okay, question number 2 is proteins are long chains of what? And this anagram is a bit more interesting, it's discomania. Okay, so proteins are long chains of what? Anagram, discomania. So let me just show that to you there. Okay, so you can actually see, particularly the first one, because you need to be able to see that one, where the other one you know is discomania. Okay, have a bit of fun with that now and have a think about that one, while I then go on to the other 2 revision tips for parents today, which are actually beginning with A. So the second one is acronyms, which I got to be honest, I used to mistake with mnemonics, which is something I've covered in previous videos. You might want to check that video out if you haven't already watched it. And basically, acronyms are just where you take the first letter of a word, where you might have a group of words together, and then you form them to make a new word. For example, a classic example is WW1, that's World War I. Obviously, WW2 is World War II, okay? Hopefully to God we never get to WW3, eh? All right, another one is GWR, Great Western Railways, or there's NHS, National Health Service. So you get the drift of it, and I mean you can actually make fun ones if you don't, because my daughter, she's actually doing AS law at the moment. So to remember the order of the judicial system in our country in the courts, you can just remember, if you want to do, as HOC, HOL M. HOC, HOL M, which would be House of Commons, House of Lords, Monarchy. Okay, so you can make up your own fun ones. You don't have to go with the traditional ones, but basically that's how you use an acronym to actually remember some facts. It's just where you take the first letter of a word, of a group of words, group them together to make another word, to make it a bit simpler to remember a batch of words, okay? So that's A for acronym. And then finally it's A for audio. We've had a lot of fun with this one because very often, as I've explained before in other videos, most children have got different ways of learning, and some can have many preferred methods of learning. And one good way of learning can be audio. So to mix your revision up when you're actually helping your children with GCSE revision, what you could do is to tape over some important facts or information. I mean, let's be honest, most children today have got some sort of phones, and an iPhone or something that will actually record information. Just record it quickly, even in their own voice or in your voice. I've done it in my voice before now for languages for my children. And then what we do is when we pop out for coffee, we pop out in the car, they actually listen to it then on their headphones, so that any idle time then where we could be driving somewhere, they can actually be learning at the same time. So it actually gives them a break from the house, and it also, they can actually take in information so they don't sort of panic that they're not actually learning anything at the same time. Okay, so that was the 3 revision tips and techniques you can help your children with today. Sorry, I'm recording this in the sun because it's such a beautiful day that I've decided to record this in the sun, but I've just realised there's a shadow of sun on my nose and it's not a good look, so I'm going to go a different angle, okay? So, okay, the 3 revision tips and techniques that you can help your children with GCSE today are acronyms, which I just explained was like WW1 for World War I, etc. The second one is audio, where you just record some information onto a quick tape onto your phone or any other device for that matter, and then you put your headphones and listen to it then as you're travelling around, or you pop for a coffee, or whatever your preference is for chilling out. So you sort of chill and revise at the same time. And my last revision technique then for parents to help their children is by anagrams. So did you actually guess what the first one was? Okay, let's just get it out again through the letters, just give you a quick recap. Okay, so it was, question, give an example of a major threat to biodiversity. And remember, it was ill, new, PTU, yeah? Don't know if you guessed that when it was pollution, okay? And then number 2, question, proteins are long chains of what? The anagram was discomania. Did you get that one? Get the better angle again. Well, the answer to that one was amino acids. And I'm sure you can imagine this could be a lot of fun to do with your children. Just get creative and just make them up to all different subjects. And it's just nice to play along with. You can get the whole family playing along, really, can you? Make a bit of a quiz or a bit of fun out of it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I always try and shake revision up a bit. So when you're helping your children with GCSE revision, because it is a challenging time for them, whether it's for their mocks or the actual thing, I just try and think of as many methods as I can to make it more fun for them and to make it less sort of tedious. And for you too, for that matter, if you're helping them, okay? So that's it for today's video, and if you liked it, please pop a like or a comment on the bottom. And if you can think of any other revision tips beginning with the letter A, please pop them in the bottom because I'd love to hear what they are. Anyway, that's it. Bye for now.